Hey everyone, welcome back to the Basic Butch to Row. My name is Jennifer Rose and I am the head butch in charge here. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Behind me sits the lovely Dandy Ranger. Honk honk. This is my beautiful 1997 Ford truck. She's not, she's not she's not in pristine condition or anything, but she didn't have to be mine. And she's a stick shift, and I love a stick shift truck, and I just think that they don't make them like they used to. Just my opinion, but I've been driving these things since I was 15 or 16 years old. So anyway, so I thought I was having a great day. I thought I was having a great day. I was having a great day here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. It's about 60 degrees, and I know that we're going to have some snow and some icky weather here in the next couple of days. So I want to get my butch lesbian ass outside where I belong. And of course, I wanted to start a fire, but it's a little too windy probably for that. So I thought I would just do my read out here by the truck. I want to clean her out and get her running around town again, but that's still a little bit too soon. So anyway, Dandy Ranger, meet everyone. Everyone, meet Dandy Ranger. That sticker says I got VD in Eugene, and that was Eugene, Oregon, when I went to see my wife there. And I went to Voodoo Donuts, and yep, I got the maple bacon bar, and that was quite satisfying. So shout out to donuts. All right, so today I'm getting real, and I'm gonna do a 3-card past, present, future read about something that I know happens to a lot of butch or non-binary people. This has happened so much in my life. I think that I just kind of forgot about it a little bit, or it's just become so common that I don't even notice it all the time. But because of COVID, I don't get out that much, and I had to get out the other day to get some medications. There was no way around it. And I've got a mask on, and the person calls me back to go get my medication, and I was around the corner and they didn't see me. So sometimes what happens at that time when they say, Jennifer, Jennifer, and then I show up, they don't think that I'm female, so they'll continue to call Jennifer, and I'm like, I'm right here. Well, but another thing that happens to me, that's just infuriating talking about it, so hold on. I'm mad about that. So then, what happened this time was something that happens with me a lot, especially with older white guys, I'm not going to lie. Most of my problems I have are with men, and not knowing how to act or behave around me because I'm masculine of center female. So they're like, Jennifer, Jennifer, and I came up, and then he was like, okay, Jen, well, I need you to go down there to blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. So, I was like, I think I asked him something along the lines of, so why is it that you were calling, I said, why is it that you called me Jen after you called me Jennifer 2 times or whatever? And he's like, oh, well, like you just look more like a Jen to me. And I was like, that's interesting. I said, I prefer you call me Jennifer. And then he looked at me like I'm an asshole. But very few people call me Jen, honestly. And they may call me Jen to their people or when they talk about me to other people, but not a whole lot of people call me Jen. It's not that I don't care that people call me Jen, but I want people to come correct when they call me Jen, right? So that dude was really trying to make it a more masculine, to help him feel better about the fact that that I'm a girl and I look like a guy. Okay. I don't know if there's any technical terminology. I'm just giving it, I'm just giving it from my experience and what I think about it, what I know about it. It's not about what I think about it. Like we can spot homophobia a mile away. And no, it's not something that I just sit and think about, but it happens to me so much, especially leaving back here in Arkansas. Not saying that Missouri was any more perfect, but shit balls, y'all. Like, damn. For being open, this place still has a whole lot to learn about shit. And I mean a lot of shit. And it's I've lived here since 1995, and I've had quite a few experiences. And I'm a recovering conservative, voted Republican a few times in my life. I'm also a recovering Christian. I was baptized Catholic, which, you know, I keep saying that only if the Pope would, like, let up on this and let up on that, then, like, I would just, like, redistribute my soul back to the Catholic Church, because I really do like, for the most part, what they stand for. But, with all the sexual abuse and shit, like, we just have a whole lot to do, y'all. But anyway, so I'm recovering from a couple of things, and I didn't really understand how gaslit I was during those times and what was happening to me. And it was really based from a Christian standpoint. And I would go so far as to say is a lot of Baptists that were in my life, which is the influence here in Northwest Arkansas, with the First Baptist Church, the Three Crosses over Jesus, whatever. And I'll talk about that a little bit more, but so I think I experienced this bullshittery a little bit more here just because of my location. And that really sucks, because Fayetteville is a really lovely, beautiful place. And but I've suffered here a lot from political stuff, and I just don't see it getting any better. And so that guy just made it feel better for himself that he called me Jen because I look masculine instead of saying Jennifer. Like, those things just can't, combine in his mind right. And I used to have this one old dude. He's a really nice old dude too, and I learned a lot from him. I think about him all the time. But he was real worried about, he had to live with us for a little while, long story. For a little while, I say. He bugged out, man. He was so conspiracy theorist. Woo, like shit. So he just bugged out one time when some 3:30:45 was gonna happen, some kind of weird shit. So, like, he would call me Jenny, and I really hate Jenny. I don't like that. It's too feminine for me, first of all. My family calls me Jenny, and I just kind of reserve that for my intimate family, because it was hard for them to try to call me something outside of Jenny, like Jennifer. And I really didn't mind, and I'm not really stuck on that. By the way, my pronouns are she, her, and they, them. But if you call me sir and I'm walking and I don't turn around because I'm not a sir, don't get pissed off at me about that, okay? So Jenny is a no-go. Jen is for close friends, and Jennifer is my name-o, okay? But I had this one guy call me Jenny. I've had a lot of people call me Jenny, and I think they just try to feminize me and or masculine, whatever makes them feel better, like whatever. How about just call me by my name? Call me by my name. My name is Jennifer Fuckers. Not my last name is Fuckers, but that would be kind of cool. So anyway, I decided that I would do a past, present, future 3-card read on this whole say my name, like, use my name properly, y'all. Please, come on. And if somebody asks you to say their name a particular way, like, just do it. It's not always easy. I'm that first person to screw up someone's pronouns because I'm thinking so hard about being good about it, and then it's like, and then I screw it up anyway. So I have to stop, thinking so hard about it and just have it come naturally. So, also this whole idea of people calling me sir and or changing my name to fit their profile of me. That when I first moved to Arkansas, that really caused a lot of extraneous fights with my partner at that time, because she really thought that I was just making this shit up, that I was just going out there with bad attitude. She kind of like had that idea about a butch lesbian too, like that I was just bad attitude. I had on my combat boots and my jeans and my flannel and my freedom rings, like, so bad, but I never was out there looking for trouble, and I'm really a nice person. I love people, and I love to sit and chit chat with people about anything. I don't care. But so she would say that I was out there just like starting that stuff. But what really happened is in the past I wouldn't let people get off without being corrected and understanding where I was coming from with why you can't just call me whatever the fuck name you want to. And no, I didn't, like cuss at them, because for me, cussing at someone while trying to have them come over to your side doesn't always work. And I'm not always good about that, because some people are just there to push your buttons. And I'm learning how to react better, but shit, like how many more years is it going to take? I'm tired of being on this offensive, like can't we all just get along? I mean offensive, defensive. So it caused us a whole lot of fights, and like when I couldn't get jobs, she just thought that I wasn't looking hard enough, or that I was screwing up in interviews, and that's just not who I am. So I'm often misrepresented in all sorts of ways, just because, like I look like a boy and I have this boyish, I have these cheeks, especially when I was young and 20, honey, like for real. But past, present, future, because past Jennifer would have crawled up this dude's ass and I wouldn't have spent any money at that place. So what is the past pride deck? Oh, I don't know if I showed you that I'm using my pride deck. It's time to bring out the pride deck, y'all. I got to stop being scared to be who I am and get out there. I'm not closeted by any means. It's just, I don't know. Every time I've tried to be really out about my experiences, I'm shut down, or someone said something negative to me about it, told me that I was a victim or whatever. And now I just don't give a shit what people think. That's what working on yourself does. So in the past, if this would have happened, Two of Cups. I'm not sure that I agree with that. Like maybe in the past I should have been more loving. Like I know that I wasn't just like a complete and total jerk face asshole to these people when they disrespected me and my name when I was younger. But maybe I should have been just a little bit nicer. I think I'm going to draw another card on that, because immediately in my past, that is not how I would look at anything, as the Two of Cups. Like, let's just love one another. No, I want you to love what my name is, and love hearing it come out of your mouth is what I wanted when I was younger. Okay, so this is more like it, the Eight of Wands. So I drew the Two of Cups on the past, like, why are you talking to me like this and not calling me by my name? And I wasn't very happy with that card, so I drew the Eight of Wands, which is forward motion, which is like, to me, this is sending out some messages, sending out an SOS for your ass, because back then I would have told you all about yourself, and I probably might have even written you a letter in the mail. I still write letters in the mail to people, especially when I'm mad. Well, no, not especially when I'm mad, but I like to write them when I'm mad too. I just don't often send them, so. Anyway, okay, so that's the past. Like, I was pretty fiery about it, and I got my message across however I needed to do that, right? In the present time, like, I have to say, I let a lot go. I don't say enough. And the other day, it just was so plainly obvious to me, I guess I was just on it, that I had to say something to him. And even though I didn't do anything, I just asked him to call me my name. We'll see what happens next time I go in there. So present is the King of Swords, and I'm a Libra, and Swords is represented by the element of air, and the King of Swords, can cut through the bullshit. The King of Swords is just like, I can pick and choose my battles, and I know what to say. I know how to use my words, and like, old dude experience, like I'm a little bit wiser about this, and I know that no, I'm not going to pick a fight with like some 80-year-old dude calling me Jenny or calling me ma'am over and over again. Like, that fight's not even worth my time. You know what I mean? So just based on what's happened there, it really is how it comes off in who it is, like what I can feel and what I can intuit from the situation, because I've had a lot of experience in it. I've also had a lot of experience like talking to people about their bad behaviors too. And it's not always ended up negative. Like a lot of times I can really get people to listen to me, and whether or not they like me in the end, I'm not here to be liked by everybody, but if I can certainly add to someone's experience, then I would love to, just like I allow people to add to my experience. If we don't do that, life's boring, right? So in the present day, I'm a little bit more King of Swords about it. I've got a little bit of wisdom about how I approach things and how often I approach it. Because honestly, I think every single time that I go and I show my face to someone somewhere, something happens still to this day. I know it's going to get better, and I know it's gotten way better since I was 15 and an out lesbian, you know. And then for the future, oh my, I just love this. For the future card, it's the star, and the star in the major arcana comes after the tower, and the star means, I mean, look at that light, and look at how beautiful this card is. One of my favorite cards in this Pride deck here. But the star is, there's hope. Like, oh, we had a tower moment, and a tower, in case you don't know what that is you know, a complete and total just meltdown, a disappointment, a detachment, you know, like a death, a breaking up of just devastation, okay? But the star reminds us that there's light there, and all we have to do is swim toward it, right? We have all the magicalness. We are in our emotions for sure doing so, but the light's up there and you can reach it if you just reach out and do that. And oh my, this just makes me think of a drag queen, and it just makes me think of something just really spectacular at the end of the night, right? Like the best drag queen just came up there and just let it out. I love that idea. So hope, you know, like maybe that's the future. Like, you know, the hope is there's just a light shown in on the situation, and more people are going to be a little bit more respectful. And I just have to remember that even if there are tower moments, me, not just me, but y'all out there too, I know you experience this shit. Even though we have some tower moments, and even sometimes when we think we have the wisdom and we pick the right time to talk with someone, you know, sometimes it does end up in a tower moment. Maybe somebody's yelling and screaming and cussing at you. I've had people spit on me. I've had people follow me home after just having a simple, like, can you call me Jennifer, please? Or it's not Jenny, you know, like, shit, just do it. But reminder, you're a star, baby. You are a star. Yes. So, don't let the homophobes get you down. Not everyone is a homophobe, right? Sometimes it feels like it for sure, but not everyone is. And, you know, that's just a little bit about my experience being a butch lesbian here, especially in Northwest Arkansas. I went to school at a state college in Missouri, and I really had a lovely time. It was my coming out. It was my first bar experience. I bartended at a bar there, and then I moved to Arkansas, and the first thing I noticed was just like the denial that I even existed. And I think I sank into some of that just to be able to cope and to be able to even have a job or a place to live. And, you know, like coming back here after going back to Missouri for a little while just reminds me, you know, that I got to start saying something. I got to tell people about my experience. So if you see it, you can have the discernment to know, you know, like how to handle it. But in my opinion, we should always handle it. And I'm not going to pick and choose my battles. Like I said, you know, maybe with an 80, you know, year old somebody or something, it's just kind of not worth it to upset someone like that. But everybody else is fair game. And I think that if we just have some conversation about it, you know, some nice friendly conversation about it, that maybe we can get a little further in this, right? But I have hope. I see these young people coming up and, you know, not allowing this, you know, just the Me Too movement and all the movements that are happening. Like I have a whole lot of hope, even though it just feels kind of a little shitty right now, right? Especially since we have a governor's race going on in Arkansas. Oh my, but we'll talk about that later, okay? So thank you for allowing me to share a little bit about my butch experience with you. I consider myself a soft butch. I've had a lot of people argue with me about who I am, and I think that that's the best way to represent myself as a soft butch at this point in my life at 49. And, you know, there ain't a damn thing wrong with that. Butch lesbians, I love ya. Mwah. Take care. Subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment, tell me some of the experiences that you've had. I mean, I haven't even started talking about the bathroom stuff yet, but we'll get there, and we'll do it by way of the Pride Deck Tarot. We'll consult our queer ancestors. How about that? Awesome. Thank you. Be good to yourselves, okay?